want to thank this young guy next to me for 4 fantastic years of Aztec basketball. He's played his heart out. He's done everything I've ever asked of him, and all he's ever wanted to do is win for this university. And I'm grateful that he's been a part of this program for 4 years, and couldn't be any happier to have a young man like this represent this university and our basketball program. On to the game. I'm bitterly disappointed in the outcome of a very good college basketball game. And looking back, you know, I couldn't find a way, or didn't find a way, to get a timeout call to stop some of that momentum. And I tried to explain to the guys, you know, if I want one, I have to take it immediately when they see me, because once the ball's in bounds, I can't call a timeout. The refs won't let me take one. The players have to take one at that point. Now, they can see me trying to call one and call one for me, but I think the ball got inbounded and it just got moving too fast. The tempo of the game got away from us at the very end. And I know Jalen got the ball. We got it over midcourt. We got it to Jalen. He was pivoting with the ball. He had 2 defenders on him. They stripped him of the ball, went down and got a layup. Next play, we got it in. We didn't have trouble getting it in. We got it inbounded. Devin pushed the ball up the floor, got stripped, another layup. And then all of a sudden, we get it in again, and this is the one I didn't see. I heard that, you know, I'm trying to motion to someone at the other end maybe to see if we can get the time stopped on the game. And I guess we dribbled it up and dribbled it off Jalen's heel. I think that's what happened, but I did not see it. So we have back-to-back-to-back turnovers that lead to baskets, and we find a way to get a foul on a 3-point shot at the end to try to tie the game. We make 2, miss the 3rd. Even with that done, we foul. They make 1 free throw, and we run a pretty good play with the time on the clock coming up the floor. AG, you know, we get Devin in a full run with the ball. AG set a crushing screen on Deshaun Taylor. I think it rocked him, but Devin just fumbled it enough. I think he was in between trying to decide if he wanted to go all the way to the basket or shoot the pull-up 3 for the win, and he fumbled it just enough where the defense recovered, and he had to kind of cast one up with 2 seconds ago that, you know, was on line, but obviously didn't go in. So bitterly disappointed, but proud of my team. You know, Fresno's a very good team, and we played good basketball. And I've said this in the past. Sometimes you play well and you're not rewarded. You know, we made enough mistakes at the end to try to put a really good effort that left a bad taste in our mouths. We played well enough. We fought back from an early deficit. We took a nice lead. We were playing with a nice rhythm, sharing the ball, and in a matter of a minute and whatever it was, 15, 20 seconds, it all slipped away. And that's credit to Fresno and their pressure defense. They pressed without fouling. And that's a credit to them, and they made timely plays, and that's why they won. But with that being said, I like my team. I like how we're playing. Obviously, I wish we'd have closed better, but we'll bow our backs. We'll come to practice tomorrow. We'll get ready to go play in Reno. Obviously, they need to win to get a piece of first place in the conference, and we know what kind of environment we'll be going into, but it'll be another test for us to get us ready for the Mountain West Tournament, which we knew before this game we would have to win 3 games to make it to the NCAA, and that hasn't changed. So what we have to do is not let the last minute and 15 seconds of that game take our swagger away, take our belief away that we're good enough to win the conference tournament and make it to the NCAAs. And I know I have a good group of kids that believe that in their hearts.
Jeremy, what's kind of going through your head right now? Just the fact, are you more upset or just the fact that your last game didn't come out the way you wanted it to, or just the loss, the way it ended, or something?
I just, like Coach said, I just wish we closed that game better. But I mean, you can't take it back. And my focus now is just the Nevada game. I'm not gonna obsess over the loss. We lost the game, it's over with. So my job now is to just keep being a good teammate and to keep setting the example on the floor. So that's what I'm gonna do. And of course, I'm thinking about that being my last game in Viejas. I've thought about it all day. So it was memorable. It was a memorable night, despite the loss. I had my whole family here, so there's bigger things there's bigger things in basketball, man. I can't obsess over this loss, even though I wanted to win, and we all did. But at the end of the day, I'm breathing, I'm alive, and I got my family, I got my coaches, I got my teammates. So it's a lot of things that could be worse, you know. So at the end of the day, it's just basketball. I wanted to win the game, we didn't win the game, and it's just time to move on to the next one.
Talk about the fans. You're down early, and then all of a sudden you start coming back, and on every comeback play or basket, those fans are right behind you. Talk about the hometown fans that are behind you.
Yeah, the fans is 100% one of the biggest reasons why I came to San Diego State. So that wasn't a surprise. I've seen that even before I came on this campus. So that's something that we feed off of is the crowd, and I think they did a good job of just pushing us and staying into the game. And even when we were down, they were still cheering, and like I said, we fed off of it.
Jeremy, what was it about their pressure there in the last minute that caused you guys some trouble, do you think?
I think that's on the players, man. We just gotta be better. I think we let them speed us up a little bit, and having 2 senior guards on the court, we got to know that we got timeout. So if anything, I'm mad at myself for not at least calling a timeout and recognizing that. So I think they just sped us up. They did a good job of, like Coach said, just pressuring without fouling, and we just got to be better 100% if we want to win games.
Coach, it could have been the 3 seed, now the 4 seed. Does it matter?
I will see. I mean, sometimes you're careful what you wish for, you know. I think right now we know we're going to play UNLV, so we're going to open the conference tournament with a road game. You know, we've done that before. You know, we play UNLV in the tournament on their home floor, and it's never easy. You know, I think the last time we played them there, we got down in the conference tournament 20 or 30 points early in the game and had to fight all the way back to win it. So we know what's in store. We know it's going to be difficult. But if we're playing well, we're playing together, we have a chance to beat anybody. And so that is our task at hand now. Get through Reno, stay healthy, try to get a little better, maybe work on a few things we haven't seen in a while, and get ready for the conference opener. And we're excited for that.
Started Michael. Why did you decide to do that? You were wavering on it earlier.
Yeah, I just thought to give him that moment after all the years on campus, to have his name called in front of this crowd in this building and have them cheer for him the way they did, I want to give him that memory, you know? And Michael's a good player, too. It's not like I threw a bad player out there. Michael's a very good player. I think he guarded hard and he did all the right things, and they just made some shots early. I mean, Deshaun Taylor, some of the shots he made in the first half were incredible, incredible shots. So we try to keep our confidence up, try to keep making him make those hard shots and fight our way back in the game. But I'm proud of Michael, and I'm proud he had the moment to be recognized for all his contributions to our program.
Jeremy, if you just talk about the sport of Coach Dutch, I mean, I saw him tap your back, you know, kind of show support, and just dating back to Steve Fisher, what the coaching staff has been like these 4 years.
It's been amazing. I remember when I first committed, Coach Dutch was probably the first coach that texted me, and he texted me saying that he was going to do everything he can to make sure that I would be the player that they wanted me to be and I wanted to be. So I remember when I got that text message, I was excited and I was happy that I committed to San Diego State because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to reach out. He wasn't the head coach at the time, but I got a good relationship with all my coaches. I think it's something that will last for the rest of my life. I think I've built relationships with them because of the type of person I am, and I was willing to go hard for them. So I think the respect is reciprocated between me and my coaches, and I'm gonna miss them. I love them. Like I said on the radio the other day, I would die on the court for any of the guys, any of the coaches, and I mean that when I say that. So it was fun. It was fun 4 years, and I'm glad I was able to play under the staff that I was able to play under. But you know, we got to win 3 more games, and it's still a lot to show, and it's still a lot to do. So that's really where my mindset is at.
Jeremy, how can you turn a loss like this into a positive? Obviously, not going forward with a lot of games. Winning the game, winning each game that's in front of us, and we can't let this loss, you know, just sink us and lead to more losses. We just gotta. It happened, and we can't take it back. So I think if we want a positive out of this, we just gotta go hard in practice because that's where you win games. And I think if we do that, we'll have a good chance of winning in Reno.
tournament in a week. You expect there to be pressure situations. What can the guys learn from the experience they had down the line tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the frustrating part is we've been pressed late in a lot of games, and we've handled it. You know, we've usually got the ball to Devin. He finds a way to get fouled, you know, and this is the game where it didn't happen, you know, and it's like it wasn't a surprise. This is a long season, and we've been through this situation a ton where teams have pressed us late in the game, desperate to try to win, and we usually find a way to make the right play. Today, the tables turned on us. We didn't make the right play. And Devin didn't get fouled, and Jalen didn't get fouled, and we turned the ball over. You know, it was like a perfect scenario. We had our timeouts, so if we couldn't get the ball in, we could use one. If we got in trouble and we got trapped, we understood that if they tie us up, it's a jump ball. We get the next jump ball. So everything that was in our favor was in our favor. We had timeouts to take, and we had the next jump ball. But we didn't get tied up, and we didn't need to take a timeout because we got the ball in. The problem is, the team knows this, Devin knows this, we all know this, that all of a sudden if the 10 counts on, you got 10 seconds to get it across. If you take that timeout, if you feel the pressure, then you get another 10 to get it across. And so we didn't, obviously we felt like we could break it without taking that, and that didn't happen on 2 of the plays. One play we got it across, the next 2 we didn't get it across, the third one we dribbled it off an ankle. You know, so players make plays. And I told them, you know, I got faith in them to make the right play. We didn't do it today. And I said, I will take responsibility because I had timeouts in my pocket, and maybe I should have taken one as soon as the second free throw went in. But most of the time as a coach, if you take that free throw, it's to find a way to get the ball in. You know, our press offense is our press offense. We know where we're supposed to be in our spacing, and usually it's you take a timeout because they overplay and you can't get it in. We got the ball in, and we got it on the bounce, but they trapped on the bounce, and instead of making a play, we turned the ball over, you know. So sometimes that's on me. Maybe I could have done something to ease the pressure on them. I'm not sure. But, you know, no matter how we slice it, we're going to look back and be disappointed. Disappointed as players, disappointed as coaches that we couldn't have done more down the stretch to win the game. But I've been through this before, and I've seen these things happen both for us and against us. And it's a long season, and sometimes you're not rewarded for playing well. And this is the case. We played well, but we weren't rewarded because we didn't play well to the end. And it even dates back to there was an offensive rebound that we had in our hands. You know, they took a tough shot. It bounced. We had hands on the ball. They came up with it, kicked out, and made a 3. You know, so it's one rebound that doesn't even get us to the point where we're pressed. So one play makes a game, one game makes a season. You know, so we didn't make that one play. They did, and so now they're the 3 seed and we're the 4 seed. But I will say this, I like our chances every bit as much as I like theirs to advance in the tournament. They're a very good team. 2 very good teams played today. They did a good job preparing for us with a bye week. They had a few new wrinkles in, but I thought at halftime we made our adjustments. We fought from a 14, 15-point deficit to take a 7, 8-point lead late and couldn't close the game. So I'm proud of how we played to put ourselves in that position, but I'm obviously not proud of how we closed the game, and that's on all of us.
I mean, you really haven't been in very many close games this season. It's been a weird season. You've blown out some teams, you've been blown out. How much does that, you know, I mean, they've probably been in 8 or 10 games like this. They might have been in 2. You know, the Cal game, maybe one other one that was this close. I mean, how much does that affect you when you get into these situations late in the season and you haven't played the game?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. You know, we haven't been in a lot of close games, but yet, you know, I felt down the stretch we made enough plays where, you know, we ran a baseline out of bounds play. We kicked it out. Jalen got fouled. I thought even the last play with Devin, I got done what we wanted to get done. We hadn't had a chance to do it in a long time. We call it 5 crack, just get it into Devin. The 5-man sets an up screen for him up the sideline. Like I said, AG set a crushing screen with 2 seconds to go that freed Devin up. So I thought we did enough things, but we weren't rewarded for it. You know, obviously the only sign of good play is winning. So we have to win that game. And like I said, that was an opportunity for us to have maybe the second undefeated conference season since I've been here in 20 years. So I think there's only been one other one where we've had an undefeated conference season. So when you look at it that way, a 1-loss conference season, it's a pretty good home schedule. You know, but you're always disappointed where you couldn't close and say we had our second undefeated conference schedule in 20 years I've been here. So all those things are bitterly disappointing now. But like I said, if we're crying about this tomorrow and the next day, we have no chance in Reno. So we're not going to sit here and obsess over it. Yeah, we're going to go home and think about things we could have done to win, but I'm not doing my job as a coach if I let this linger more than tonight. You know, there'll be teachable moments, and we'll watch a few things, and it won't be like mad and yelling at people. They wanted to win as bad as anybody, and they didn't want to turn the ball over, and they wanted to make the right plays, but it didn't happen. And so I can't let them obsess and feel like it's their fault. We're all in this together. And so Jeremy will tell you, you know, we sink and swim as coaches and players, you know, not one blaming the other, and we all take responsibility. And when that happens, good things can happen for a team and a program. And we've kind of always been that way. I take great pride in that.